Hey everyone out there in YouTube universe, it's Up to Soul here with you once again. I'm just here to talk about briefly about anarchy, and how I believe it can not exist indefinitely. The main problem with anarchy is, by definition I suppose, an origin. It originates from the Greek words meaning lack of rulers. I think as a species, we can never be without rulers. It's not the way we live. It's not the way we interact. It's not the way that we survive. There's always going to be people out there that show dominance, show strength, show that they are better and more capable of being with power. So, I mean, as well as it is a nice idea that anarchy, people working together for the good of other people, sharing goods, sharing resources, who would control that sharing? Who would have the responsibility of saying, hey, we need this, let's trade with said other people? And with that responsibility comes a sense of leadership, and a sense of responsibility, and I don't think that there could ever be a long enough time for people to survive without a ruler, or someone to tell them what to do or how to act. Just for the basic fact that we've always been controlled, always had rulers, always had people telling us how to be, how to act, what to do, when to do it, ever since we were little tykes. And even more so than that, it's always the greedy, stronger people are always going to try to dominate others. I mean, it's written throughout history. It's what we do as humans. And again, without a established state or anything of the matter, how would we ever have like the prison systems we have? So what are you going to say? Like, all these prison systems that we have now, we're just going to let the prisons go? Or is there going to be a standard rule of execution for anyone that breaks the law? And who sets up these laws? We can't have any rulers. We can't have any lawgivers. So, I mean, there's just too many different. There are too many things that wouldn't add up. I mean, who decides who's right and wrong? Who decides who lives and dies? I mean, it's always going to go to the person with the most influence, the most power, the most persuasive nature. I mean, I hate bringing this example up because everyone does, but I mean, Hitler. He controlled with the basic need for the people of Germany to survive. Like, they were going through horribly rough times. Their economy was shot. No one had jobs, and he was the beacon of light for that country. So enlightened, they followed him. He became the ruler. So I mean, anarchy is. I don't even think anarchy is an ideal thing either. I mean, I don't think so. Most people, or not most people, a lot of people do though, and I think it's stupid. I think they get they get angry at the cops. Well, I mean, the cops are doing their jobs. You shouldn't be fucking around in the first place. But don't get me wrong, I do things that are illegal too, so I'm not gonna say, like, but if I get busted, I'm not gonna fucking be a bitch about it and be like, fucking cops, fuck the cops, it's their fucking job. I did something wrong. It's fucking logical that I would be arrested or thrown in jail or whatever the consequence may be. So fucking suck it up. Anarchy will never happen, and if it does, it's not gonna last for that long, because the guy with the bigger gun's always gonna rule the world.